meetings in Waipukurau or elsewhere, Councillor Graham?
I thought it had already been partially covered on page 85, but unfortunately it's not. So I'm really keen that we should do not formal judiciary meetings, but discussion meetings in places like Waipukurau and Wairoa on occasion, just to show our face in the regions. I wouldn't think it would be necessary to do it in Hastings because we're so close, but certainly in the outskirts, if regional council had a reasonably formal meeting in the middle of Wairoa, I think it would send a good signal to the people of Wairoa and the people of Waipukurau. That was my thought.
Great idea. Yeah, no, made a note of that. It has been on the book, but it hasn't gone anywhere. So I think that we could actually formulate something quite special with that. Even go up the night before, have an open another session with them like we did last time, and then even have a full council meeting up there and home. Wouldn't be the end of the world. We could do. I think we're able to meet outside of the...
Oh, we were able to meet. We wouldn't be able to obviously webcast from there, but so, you know, another option is a committee meeting, but we're certainly able to hold council meetings
Off-site,
okay, providing it's legally advertised.
I think a committee meeting up there would be a good idea. Some webcast.
No, exactly.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor Graham. Good idea. HBRC, Councillor Belford.
Just two questions. I thought the understanding was that we would get some sort of formal monthly report from HBRC as to its whereabouts and doings at each of these council meetings, full council meetings. So I guess my question was, where is that report for this meeting?
Okay. Sure, I can answer that. So when we're setting the agenda for this meeting, the question was raised with HBRC, and their response was there wasn't really anything new to report. So in their view, it's probably not worth your time for them to appear this month. There's really no change other than the matter that's been dealt with separately around the Napier Port Constitution.
Question is, a number of us, I think, have now visited the inner sanctum and looked at the documents and so forth, and I've seen that a number of us have raised questions as a follow-up to that. In my case, I haven't even been graced with a reply to how my questions will be answered or the group's questions will be answered. So could we pursue some response from them as to how they intend to deal with follow-up to those inquiries?
2 or 3 of us who haven't been in there yet, I think. And until everyone's had a look, first point, and then need to set a date, because my understanding or my intention would be we actually had a report with some of the experts. Yeah, so.
Councillor Belford, one of here comes your reply. One of the we're trying to just ensure that everybody is available to present all the answers to all the questions that are given, and so just working on receiving all those questions and then getting a date. I've spoken to Mr. Newman about that, potential dates. He has suggested, and this is only tentatively, it's obviously contingent on everyone being available, the 7th of October, which is the day before the next Environment and Services Committee meeting, because he believes that the directors, you're not here, okay? Okay, so that's going to be out. So we're trying to get a date because he will answer everyone's questions when everyone is in attendance.
But can I just urge those that haven't been in the room yet, I think it's important we all go and have a look. I've signed my contract, haven't actually made it through the door yet, but I do intend to get there in the near future. And those that haven't had a look yet, please make the opportunity. So if you've got some questions, we can deal with the whole thing in one hit. I mean, it's only a snapshot in time. There'll be further questions further down the track, but we've got to get through the High Court process yet. So. Okay, Councillor Scott. briefing the MP.
Mr. Chairman, we've got a new MP in Napier. I think it would be very useful if met with him to give him a briefing. He was under some rather marked misinformation at some of his meetings, so I think it would be good to have a discussion with him, and I would suggest that perhaps might meet with him with the constituent members so that we are aware of what is going on there.
Thank you. And oil and gas, Ahuriri.
Mr. Chairman, there have been quite a bit in the paper recently of comments by the Mayor of Napier, and it seems to me he is not singing on the same song sheet that we are. So I'd like to know how we're cooperating with. We've got 4 councils actually already involved in this. We've got something going on in Central Hawke's Bay. We've got Hastings looking at what could land on them. We've got Wairau already and now we've got Napier having some exploration. I assume that Napier and Hastings were invited on the trip to Taranaki, where some of these issues could have been addressed. But how are we going to address the fact that everyone is fully aware of actually what the provisions are, what the industry regulations are, and what a likely scenario could be going from here? Because the first stage of exploration of seismic study has been granted resource consent. Where next? Can we be on the same song sheet?
It's a very good point, and something for us to consider as part of our, if you like, providing leadership in oil and gas. And something I did have a discussion with Councillor Belford with last night. So I think we probably align in the view that we do
sooner
need
rather
to,
than later, considering some of the.
It's just something we made a comment on, moved on. Had a challenge before by having a discussion, now it was one by the person that challenged me about it.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Point taken.
I'm sorry, I don't understand that, Mr. Chairman.
No, order, Councillor, order.
I'm asked a question.
Yeah.
I've just been overridden in my question.
No, you haven't been. And
Can we get some progress on this, and can we do it sooner rather than later?
Thank you.
I have no idea what the interjection was.
Point taken. Okay. That's minor items dealt with. Let's go to the minutes. Well, let's head into public excluded, if that's where we go. You got that? Okay. So, let's deal with the minutes of the public excluded minutes. Will someone move us into public excluded, please? Someone happy to move that? Councillor Scott, we have a seconder for that. Someone happy to second that? Councillor Pipe, thank you. Put that motion